Hello, everybody, and happy Sunday evening. So, today I'm going to go over a few other things that are in the No Meat Athlete plant-based bundle. So, if you haven't listened to any of these recordings yet, the plant-based bundle is something that's available just through, Cyber Monday, the end of Cyber Monday. So, it's a whole bunch of different products that are put together. I know it's really hard to decide if you want to bundle without being able to really look through some of the stuff. So this is our third day in a row of looking through some of the stuff because there's a lot of stuff in there. I see a few people are here. If you want to say hi, tell me how your weekend's going. I would love that. I would love to hear from you. Also, if anybody has some questions as we go along, let me know. So again, it is good to see you. I'm happy to see you. We're talking today about the plant-based bundle. I also just listed my personal December classes for sale too. So I'll mention that around the end if you want to go, or if you want to go look. It's at kathyhester.podia, Podia.com. But for now, let's start looking at this bundle. So again, in case you are new to the bundle, here we go. Let's come back here. I've got all the windows open, all the places. So it's 46 plant-based meal plans, cookbooks, fitness and strength guides, and courses and things. So like 2 of my 2 to 3 hour live taped cooking classes are in there. So we've got the Instant Pot Indian Stews and I believe it's the Cruciferous Crunch class. I don't remember because I've been typing about other classes. But so once you get here, it is pricier than some of the other bundles we've looked at before. It's $95, but if you bought the things separate, it would be over $2,000. So I've been going through the things and I feel pretty good about it so far. So you've got a day and a little bit in 21 hours. So does that mean maybe it doesn't end Monday, maybe it ends Tuesday? I'll have to double check that, but this counter will be going on. However, if it's 1 second after the counter, you can't get it. It's just gone then. So I want to show you what's in here, and I'm going to give you a little overview. Then we're going to look at about 8 different things that I pulled out today. And if you're interested on Plant-Based Instant Pot, Plant-Based Instant Pot Facebook page, I've done 2 other videos about some of the cookbooks. So we're still going to do a couple cookbooks because it's me, right? I've got to do it. So it's in 3 parts. Part 1 is the cookbooks and meal plans. So like this is the COVID cooking is an online cooking class that you can take immediately. There's some ebooks from the Cheap Lazy Vegan. There's a bunch of stuff. There's my classes. Yeah, it is week's worth of meals in a day. We've got 2 raw food cookbooks, and these have been pretty significant as far as it's not just the little teeny tiny things you get when you sign up for free to be with someone's blog. Oh, and Joanne says she's been listening to Audible. I love Audible, and in fact, I'm working on a gift guide, and Audible is going to be on there because it's a special treat. And Joanne says that her mother never read to her, so now she has professionals read to her. I don't know if you've ever gotten the Calm app, CALM, Calm app. They actually will read bedtime stories to you. It's kind of cool. So I got it for a year, and I'm kind of enjoying it. But yeah, Audible, I was a member of Audible a bazillion years ago, like when Audible first became something and sent you a free MP3 player that you guys would just like laugh at now. Yeah, so I love Audible. So here we go. So there's all these cookbooks, and these are really beautifully photographed, what we've seen so far. We're going to look at a few. There's some meal plans. There's some specialty cookbooks like the anti-inflammatory cookbook, which we looked at that yesterday, and it had like lots of details in the nutritional information. We're going to look at some of Drina's other cookbooks really quick. We looked at the Plant-Based Picky Eater cookbook, and that had some really good ideas. There's Spud's Fit Challenge, Chef AJ's 2-day Ultimate Weight Loss Conference. You get the recordings from there, which is pretty awesome. So this is part 1. Okay, then part 2 is running, strength, and fitness. And before you look at it and go, I am not an ultra marathon runner and I do not want to lift weights, there are other things in here like the mobility reset, a yoga program, and some different things, and we're going to look at a couple of those today. And so then there's also plant-based living and mindset, which is pretty cool. So there's, again, everything in this bundle. So bundles come, I think bundles started in kind of an entrepreneurial space. So like if I get a blogger bundle, sometimes there'll be 100 products in there. So I don't download all the products. I only get the ones that are interesting to me or apply to me. So just know if there's one or two things that don't apply to you, that's normal. So resetting your day in gratitude, but then there's some things about pregnancy. There's some things about vegan brands and vegan entrepreneurs in here. It's really neat, and it's definitely more varied than I expected it to be. So let's start looking here. This is the Spud challenge. And so I don't know if you know his story, but I ate potatoes for like a year and went from his before to his after, which is kind of cool. And so I actually didn't, there's another step for me to go into this course, but here's most of the information. So, you know, talking about food addiction, moderation, myth, all kinds of stuff. Dealing with cravings, which is something we all end up doing. Society's obsession with food, which is a perfect thing to think about around this time of the year because it is hard. Because a lot of our holiday fun feelings are tied up in flavors and food. So it's very interesting. Oh, you can't preview that file. So I'll have to, let's see if I can make this guy a little bigger. There we go. And this is one of Drina's books, 41 pages. A lot of the books are being between 40 and 80 pages long. So they have some significant stuff in here. And so what we have in here is a plant-powered 15, and we've got recipes for granola and breakfast bars and dressings. She has a whole other ebook with dressings in here as well. Umami sun-dried tomato and almond burgers. That sounds pretty good. Let's see what we can see in here. And beautiful pictures. I do find the photography so far to be in this bundle really top-notch, which I know a lot of you guys really appreciate in your cookbooks. At least that's what you tell me. and I think what happens is because of the web, we are, oh, I love that. Isn't that like a United Airline spoon? Because I actually got some spoons from some airline clearances like that. I want to find these burgers. Ooh, what's that? Wonder Spread. Cashews, miso, nutritional yeast, lemon juice, maple syrup. That does sound like pretty tasty spread. Sorry, I'm going to speed up because I think those burgers are near the end, of course. Ooh, is that it? Is that it? Don't you wish you were driving with me in a car? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Yeah, that's it. So sun-dried tomatoes and raw almonds. That looks really neat. That's a beautiful burger. So let's see what else. And if you guys have some questions, just, you know, pop it on in. And if there's something you saw that you want me to try and look at. The mobility reset, and that was one of the ones that was from kind of the exercise section. And it's all these different things. So there's guidelines and a kit list. So we get here, like, you can't, so I think I'm in front of that. So there's like stuff you need, mindful movement reminders. There's a course calendar. So these start here, so you get all that information. And this is kind of similar to what you would see in my classes. Anything that's a course, probably going to have navigation like this on the left-hand side and stuff in the right. So either it'll be For me, it would be a PDF of recipes or to rewatch the videos. So phase 1 is building the basics. So and there's an assessment form. I'm just going to go to day 2. Oh, that's a nice video. And you've got a place down here where you can ask questions. And that's the case with a lot of courses too. So if we're looking here, hips and low back. Ooh, see, I don't know about you guys, but we have one of these rollers and I really don't know how to use it. So this is one we're going to be taking. Shoulder rotations. It looks a lot like some of the stuff my physical therapist helped me with about 4 or 5 years ago when my back went out. So this is actually way bigger than I thought it was. So this is actually a whole month's worth of stuff. So that's pretty cool, plus some bonus content. I like that a lot. So again, this is the mobility reset. This is a step-by-step nutrition guide to meet your vegan needs. And I believe that would be as a bodybuilder. So they're going to be looking for some things a little bit more high protein than maybe some of the rest of us are. However, if this is you, this is kind of awesome. They have a Facebook community. They're looking at if you're looking to lose fat, body fat, or weight, they've got some information for you. Or if you're trying to build muscle or trying to do body recomposition. So, and there's mini macro method targets. So I think they're talking about macros. I know that Josh Lajani has been talking a lot about macros too. So, and he is also an athlete. So it's got some good calculations if this is something that you're wanting to do. Oh, wow. This is kind of interesting. So it's got some different examples of what your body mass would look like, protein goal, what to eat. All of this is still vegan. So remember that. This may or may not be a fit for you. So, oh, well, look, here's a fat loss shopping list, which is pretty cool. So that makes it a lot easier. And then there's a building shopping list. So if you're building muscle, that's very cool. I like the way that they're being very inclusive here. So this has got a lot of information. It's talking about some supplements, lifting for max gains, which I think looking at that is hard for me. Actually, with my chiropractor, I'm not supposed to lift more than 10 pounds right now, so I think I don't have to even feel guilty. It's got exercises in here, which is kind of cool. So it's got a lot of information and habit trackers for you, as well as recipes. So this is really a lot. This is really a lot of information in here. Okay, I did want to also kind of come over here and look at the yoga stuff that was included, because I know a lot of us do yoga. And so there's 5 video classes included: yoga for beginners, yoga for runners, yoga for full body strength, yoga for recovery and restoration, and sun salutation flow. And 3 mini videos too. So that's pretty awesome just with itself. So the videos are down here, and they look like they're about a half an hour each-ish, except for the sun salutations. And actually it even tells you. So you can plan your day. And let's see what we've got up here. Getting started with yoga. What do we get here? Okay, great. We get some information about how to prepare for yoga if you haven't done it. Different things like that, what you might want. That's really great information. So I feel pretty great about this too. I could use a new yoga class. And then I wanted to look at this one too today, this resetting your day in gratitude. Because I know this whole Thanksgiving weekend, the whole Thanksgiving day, or Harvest Day, or however you choose to think of it, is really a time to assess your gratitude and what you're thankful for, and hopefully try to slow down a little bit. So I thought this was a really good thing to include. And so this is Quinn Taylor did this, and this is going to be really neat. So there she is. And so some of the ideas in here, I thought we would just flip through this. Here's what I suspect too. Even through, I don't know about you, but when I'm reading through something like this, it changes something sometimes in my brain. And at least for the minutes that I'm there, if it's a very crazy day in my head, it can calm me down for that. So that could be really interesting, just to read a paragraph of this a day, maybe for December, and see how that works if you can't take in the whole book at once. And I like this. When you are living with an attitude of gratitude and the change is starting within you, the light switch is turned on and you see things differently. Looking through that window, you see that life is much bigger than you, which is really kind of, it's very helpful. It's very helpful for me. So I'm excited to read through all this. I'm just trying to see if there's any, I don't want to leave anything out. Yeah, there's some place for notes as you go along. And I think just going through this would be really, really neat. So again, I'm going to end up, and I'll kind of show you just the general thing, and then we'll talk a minute about my classes, I think, too. So there's 46 different things. You probably won't download all 46, but I bet you'll download 30 of them. And again, there's cookbooks, there's a few meal plans, so you can just take a week off and let it tell you what to do, which I like a lot. You get 2 classes from me, so that's a $70 value alone. And if you buy through my link and you email me at kathyhester@gmail.com, I'm going to be throwing in a bonus. I'm still trying to decide. It's going to be a class of some kind. And actually the No Meat Athlete people told me they're going to be able to send me a list of who buys through the link. So, but just go ahead and email me just to make sure that we've got you. And so that's a lot of yummy things. And then you also get, I think there's probably like 12 videos. Let me come back. Yeah, at the very end of this, it has the list of Chef AJ's videos. So let me show you that in this one. So, and this is what it looks like when you buy the bundle. You come through and you just have this page of things that you click on, which is super convenient. There are a few courses that you have to get a code or your bundle number on your receipt or something like that to add in, but most of the ebooks you just click on and download immediately. And if you don't want to keep everything on your computer or you're losing space, try storing some of them in Google Drive or on Dropbox. That's a great way to do it. Or if you have a tablet, if you open this page up on your tablet, it'll open that ebook up in a browser, and you can click it and say save to Kindle or iBooks, depending on what platform you're using. But for Chef AJ's thing, let's see, it's like 1, 2, 3, 7. So there's 13 videos from Chef AJ. So, and that stuff is really good. So you get to hear from Chef AJ, Jean-Pierre, and some of her favorite doctors that she talks about all the time, because I know a lot of you guys follow her. So I think that's awesome. So that's kind of what's in the bundle. And I'll do some more of it tomorrow. It's just too much. I don't want you guys to just sit here and watch me scroll through things you can't have yet. But what I do want to talk to you about too is that I've listed my December classes, so they're out on my private Facebook group, Vegan Recipes, Cooking with Kathy Hester. If you'd like to join, if you're watching today, I'd love for you to join that. It's free and it's a wonderful, supportive community. and I list my classes in there every month. You can also go see it in Healthy Slow Cooking Facebook page, Plant-Based Instant Pot Facebook page, and it's going to be going other places as well. So you can get those for $35 each, and this month I'm going to be doing, what am I doing? I got a message and I lost all my train of thought. I am doing an air fryer fun class. So we're going to do some fun things in the air fryer that'll make nice healthy meals that get to have, like, we're going to make kind of like tofu fish sticks, but they're going to be really, really good, and they get crispy and you're not going to have to use oil. We're also going to make some spring rolls and some other things like that. We're going to do a holiday appetizer class, which I'm like, appetizer or small meal? That's up to you. It's usually small meal for us. So I love appetizers for a meal. And you can get those by becoming a member of Kathy's Club for $50 a month, which is $25 a class instead of $35 a class. And there's the bundle, and the bundle is $60. Or if you are having some financial difficulties, there are some coupon codes that you can choose depending on what you can comfortably pay. So I want to include as many people as possible. And other than that, I will hopefully see you over on one of my blogs, plantbasedinstantpot.com or healthyslowcooking.com, to get some free recipes. Have a wonderful rest of your night.